Alright, new story time. Why is it so dark down here? Sorry, it's just. Hang on. Okay. So, new story. This is a story of me and my buddy, um, John. So, John is now deceased. He was someone I knew. I hung out with his brother. His brother was the same age as me. John was a little younger. John was just such a cool dude. We ended up getting jiving together kind of later in high school, towards my senior year, and we started hanging out all the time. We really jived. We got along so good. We'd like drink 6 before like going to school, 6 beers before 6 o'clock. He was just such a cool person. Their whole family was really cool. It was just him and his brother, his parents. But he went to Iraq, got shot, came home, and I guess he got in a fight. I remember him fighting all the time. Always had like boots on and stuff, like a fighter. And I guess the story as far as I know is he got like head injury and like fell asleep and didn't wake up. Really sucks. Such a good dude. So I want to tell a story of one day we went out of town to this place called Feast Creek where they kind of would serve people underage, and we took a bunch of drugs, went there. I'll just tell the story because it's crazy. So I just remember us hanging out in town, and I had some ecstasy, probably some weed, and then we were going to go drink at Feast Creek. And it was quite a ways out there. We were in his truck. It was like this black, I don't know if it was like a Ford or something, but we were in his truck. So we're pretty messed up already. So we take some ecstasy. We're smoking weed. We drive to Feast Creek, and we have the best time. I remember getting the Alaskan Amber Ale. So we're just there at the bar. I think we must have been like probably right around 18, because I moved away at 19. I turned 19 right after high school. I was homeschooled, so I went into high school like a year late. Supposed to graduate in 2000, but I ended up graduating in 2001. My birthday's in mid-June, so right when I graduated, I was 18, but I turned 19 a couple weeks later. Anyway, I was a year, should have been a year back, but that's just the way it turned out. That's other stories too. So anyway, we're at Feast Creek. We're drinking. The ecstasy is kicking in. We're all messed up. So then we're driving home, and we're going the back roads. And this is probably like 20 to 30 minutes out of town. And we come to this train tracks going down this windy hill. And he starts doing this maneuver. I don't know what he was doing, but he goes off the road part and hits the train track where it's not level with the road, and busts the tire. I don't know if he messed up the axles too, but he hits it straight on, and the tires go flat, and the car is like turned sideways, so it's like slanted. So we're like 15 minutes away from town, way out on this back road, and the car is just not going anywhere. The tires are flat, at least one, if not more, and it's all like, it's not level at all. So it's getting late, we're super messed up, and we just have to stay there the night. We have school in the morning. It's like a Thursday or Wednesday or something. It must have been the senior year, and I think I had government first period, and he was actually a pretty cool guy. He would kind of actually let you sleep in class, taught us how to like fold our money correctly, stocks, and just a cool guy. Taught us about stuff, and he always like, oh, people should be adults at 17 and be kicked out of their parents' house and all this stuff, but that kind of guy. So we're at the railroad tracks, and we end up having to stay the night in this sideways car, all messed up. We get up super early and start walking. Then we see one of our friends that's a girl. Her mom's driving. She picks us up. She's like, "What in the world?" Sees two guys just stumbling around at like 6:30 in the morning. Actually, I think she was on her way to school, or she might have worked there. She was on her way to town. It was right at the time school started, so she brings us to school. I think my buddy didn't even go to school, but I went to my first period class. Just barely slept the night before, all messed up, hungover on X and alcohol, and go to my class just super tired. I just remember just laying there, just telling people like, what, we literally walked right in, like right when school's starting, like all that drama happened, and I get to school right when the bell rings. No backpack, same clothes as the night before, just a mess. Go to school, and then I think I end up going through all school, or go get changed at lunch. We could leave at lunch and stuff. So that's about what I remember from that. But it was just a crazy night. A good story I remember with John. His brother hates saying R.I.P., so I'm not going to say R.I.P. I mean, it doesn't even make sense. John was just a cool dude. That was a great story I remember with him. I'll remember that one always. And, I got tons more stories like this. And, yeah, I'll get back at you. Peace.